disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? Because your company at the end, you're not being taxed on the corporation. That's coming into you personally. Then it gets taxed on a personal versus a corporate. You know, but a lot of people don't understand that, but I'm set up that way.
Okay, that's great. I'm glad you said that, because you're right. Most people, they just went with the marketing.
That's
LLC.
right.
The first question is, what are your intentions of doing with your entity? Based upon what your intention determines what type of entity you should have.
What, myself?
No, I'm not saying anybody. We know
Oh,
what
yeah.
is your intent? What is your intent? Because typically, anytime you have ordinary income, you want to go with a S corporation, which you are, or you have passive income or doing a joint venture with anyone, you want to have an LLC, and they don't realize what are the different tax strategies as it relates to each type of entity, but different type of income is taxed differently, and based upon that income that you have, determine what your taxes are.
But you know what I always say about that? And I'm sure you've heard this. They get all their information from everybody. And I said, who is everybody? I've never got a name yet.
Yes, I agree with that.
Everybody knows. Everybody says, who's everybody? No one will ever have a name of everybody yet.
Yeah.
I think she's too smart for us to mess with. I don't even know what to ask anymore. I mean, I'm fascinated.
I have a question, Dr. Lewis.
Well, we got James. Okay, we got James here. Welcome, life coach James Bond.
Sorry, I'm
Glad
late.
you were able to make it this evening.
Yes. Glad to be here.
And we have Miss Stephanie Harvey that's with us, and she's you two will find it very interesting to know each other. She's how do you put it? She's more like a life designer. She helps women to redesign their life. Among all of the other things that she's done, it would take the next hour to tell you all about that.
So if Stephanie could put in the chat for individuals that are listening to us, our guests and also our panelists here, how can we get your modules? Where do we find the information? How do we hire a life designer for our structure?
Okay. Well, what I have been doing is seminars. I'm actually in the middle of just writing them all into small ebooks. But let me tell you how I feel about that.
Yes.
It's just like when I talk, I consider myself more of a transformation specialist, and I'll tell you why. Everybody says, oh, you're a great motivational speaker. I said, no. Motivational speakers motivate you for the moment. Life is a process. So for you to go through the process, you must transform. By transforming, it is a life process. Whatever it is about you, I can't talk to you in an hour and you go rah, rah, and you sit at home and you bought this book. You cannot use it. You know, so it has to be where it gets deep. You know, just like I hear a lot of people, I'm sure Coach Bonds will tell you, in Atlanta, I actually got, I like I said, I like reading and everything. I got certified in all life coaching. But anyway, and I do it for myself. I have met so many people in Atlanta that says they're a coach, a life coach. I ask them one question and I know they're not. And I'll hear them speaking and they start saying, oh, well, I have clients and I take them back and find out what affects them. I said, you're out of your area. Coaches assist you in coaching you forward. They assist you to figure it out. When you take people back from their childhood, that's a psychologist or a psychiatrist. At that point, you're not helping them. You know what I'm saying? So with me, I am going to be working with Dr. Lee. We're actually going to be working together because she and I realize that women, when you're trying to be a woman of wealth, You can't become a woman of wealth until you are mentally and emotionally ready to receive the finances that you're trying to achieve. If you don't look like the wealth, if you don't think like the wealth, you can't get wealth.
Can we pass the plate, please?
Thank you.
I'm just me. I'm just me.
No,
Lee will tell
but
you.
you're being for real.
Right.
Okay,
I
Coach
only want to
Vaughn,
be
you have
real.
to come behind that.
Well, no,
Dr. Lee and I are putting things together now.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that that's one thing that I think that is so important in general that people do not understand. All the people on the social media is trying to tell you how to be rich.
That's
And
right.
they're not rich for one.
Right.
That's the biggest part. They ain't seen the $1,000. Anyway, that's another story.
Yes.
But even with that, they don't even understand. When I tell people about our finances, I tell people until you pay $35,000 a month in taxes, don't talk to me
Mhm.
because you don't know the way. You
Right.
might have heard about the way, but you don't know the way.
You know
if
what I tell people?
I understand what finances are. Like, that's why I love about you. Just been on this brief moment here, but until you understand what money is, more important, what money is not,
Right.
it's education. So I appreciate the little part I heard was a lot. So I appreciate you being you. That's the best that we.
You know what I
can do.
tell people? Because usually you can tell if people really have wealth, because wealthy people don't act like that. Okay.
That's right.
And I usually tell people when they're really on their high horse, oh, I do this and I do that. I said, well, you know what? When your name is on the bottom right instead of the top, then talk to me. Other than that, we're all working class people, and there's nothing wrong with that.
That's right.
I have had the honor of being around, wealthy. I had a client I worked for 5 years out of Texas, oil money. I did design for them on $1 million house while they built the $6 million house, and he's worth $800 million. And he is oil money. When I tell you, the most down to earth man. And he and his wife and all of us became friends. I'd go to their children's weddings and all, and I'll never forget what he said. He said, you know, I like you because you're just real. The more money I got, the more yes people came around me. You know, and he knew that I was just a real person. But my husband showed me, and we used to talk about how easy it is to acquire wealth. My husband was someone who built a staffing business and in 5 years sold it out for $24 million. Now, he didn't have that by the time he met me because he had other people around him, and there was a lot of stuff that went on, but he still ran the entire company because they made him stay on. But you know what he taught me? I have tapes right now, 10 tapes, where he has given me the footprint of going on without him and how easy it is to acquire wealth. And one of the simplest things is he said, keep doubling the money.
Right.
Whatever you have, keep doubling it. You know, don't live off of it. You have to have something that you have to double. But then I say this, there's nothing in life without sacrifice.
Correct.
Most people don't want to do what it takes to get to where you gotta go.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And so to build wealth, we have to first start up here. Most people are thinking about M for money. I think M for mind. Because if the mind's not there, you can forget getting money. And if you get money, you won't hold on to it.
That's right.
Stephanie, when you were talking about that lower right-hand corner, were you talking about, I didn't quite understand that. Were you talking about the act of humility, such as sitting in the back of the church and somebody will move
No,
you?
what I meant was when you're the real money, you writing the checks. Your name ain't on the top line because you're receiving it.
Oh, I see.
Right.
It took me a little bit of time to catch on to that one, Stephanie. Thank you
Yeah.
for clarifying.
You're writing those checks. Your name ain't on the top line. You're on the bottom right.
Right.
All All right, this is awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, it's 8:08, so we're gonna have to stop. So if anyone has a last word, we can hear it. And we thank all our guests for watching us tonight. And of course, this is being taped and we will be putting it out on YouTube and Facebook so we can listen to it again. This has simply been just awesome, Stephanie. Really awesome.
Well, it's been wonderful. Just talking to everyone and each one of you, I truly appreciate.
Can she come back soon, Dr. Lee?
She's gonna have to. She was actually supposed to come on next week. And the other guest that was due on this week, she couldn't make it. So I called her, oh, Stephanie, get up, put the lipstick on. Come on, we got to go. No, she said, okay, hold on, let me get my lipstick. But yes, we've got to bring her back. I really want, she probably needs to take her space, which was for next week, because I'm enjoying this. There's so much more that I want to learn, and I want time to promote you. I didn't get the opportunity.
Okay, well, that we can make that happen.
Okay, good. And Coach James will be here for the beginning of it.
We're going to hold you to that.
That's a good thing.
All right.
I just appreciate you being, like I said, being real, because people out there people are lying so much, and it's okay. You live your life like you want to life. But
Right.
the downside to that is that people believe you. And I always tell people who come to me and say, well, my girlfriends are making $1 million a year and they're working 2 hours a week. Okay, well, all right. Well, how about this? Do me a favor. Ask them out for a girls' night out. Go to Capitol Grill.
Yes.
Slide them the bill and wash their face. Because
I
guess
like
what?
that.
They're not working 5 hours a week and making $1 million. Life doesn't work that way.
That's
That's
right.
not
That's
very
right.
nice, James. That's not very nice.
And I'm just saying, just fact, people need to know the truth. So it's okay to give you a little story out there, but make sure
Absolutely.
somebody's listening to you. So you gotta be careful. You got responsibility in life.
Yeah.
You sound like
Yes.
Kevin Hart when he was sharing the story about how Bay's husband took him to the private room and then he had to pay the bill and he's like, oh my God,
Exactly.
I don't have the money. Did you hear that story? He's like, what am I going to do? It's
it's
a
true.
private room.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, if you claim you got the money, then guess what? It's on you tonight. If not,
Okay.
stop lying. So yeah.
All right. So
All right.
Dr. O'Neill has the logo behind her. We are Wealth Elevation Academy. We are the instructors and we teach different courses. And do you want to share a little bit with us, Dr. O'Neill, and then we'll close it out?
Well, I like to promote the entire Wealth Elevation Academy. I like to remind our guests that we are an international academy and we cover a plethora of different topics. And we are now offering a monthly membership, $197 per month per course. So you can take one course for $197, or you can take 2 courses for $197 times 2. Do the math. So we would like to invite everyone out there to the other side. I like to call it the other side, behind the door, where you can really get down and dirty on exactly the topics that you have heard here. And welcome, Stephanie. We are so excited to have you on the other side as well. We have Lael, communication, on the other side. We have Life Coach James Bond on the other side. We have Mr. Wetzel, accounting, on the other side. And we have Dr. Lee Lewis, the founder and CEO of Wealth Elevation Academy, on the other side, with a couple of topics that she likes to share with us as well. And I'm not going to try to name them all, but we'll just say you can come and see all of us, and me, of course, all of us on the other side at Wealth Elevation Academy, where you will really learn from all of us. And the biggest thing that you get to take away as well we give you access. And once you have access, you have ability, as long as you use the access.
Mhm.
So come join us on the other side at Wealth Elevation Academy. And that is my 90-minute commercial, Dr. Lewis.
Yes, that was very
Guys,
good.
soon.
Very
Very well
good.
done. Very well done.
Very well
Great.
done. Okay, so we want everyone to come back next week.
All right.
And we're going to do part 2 of Miss Stephanie Harvey. She's not a motivational speaker, but she is a lifestyle designer. It's going to be
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome. Okay, so with that, James, unless you have something else, Lael, it's going to be good night.
All right. Good night, everyone. It's been great.
Good
Bye-bye.
Night,
for being
everyone.
here.
Join us for
Bye.
transformation.
All right.
Join us for transformation.
Yes.
See you all
Good
soon.
night. Good night.
Mr. Wetzel, good night. Oh, Lord.
Boy, these are some good comments back here.
Yes. Dr. D, I see you now, and I see Miss Cherry, Janice.